Hello my excellent A students, welcome to another brand new video. In this video we'll be looking at subtraction in number-based systems. But before we move into the topic proper, as it is our practice, the first thing we will do is to take the corrections to the last take-home questions. And the first question is 17.25 base 10 plus 9.47 base 10. So 17.25 plus 9.47. If you don't understand, because I'll be a bit fast because I've explained in detail in the previous video, do well to check the previous video. So 9 plus 5 will give us 12. Since 12 is greater than 10, we do 12 divided by the base, which is 10, and we have one remainder 2. So we cut the remainder 2 and carry the 1. So this 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 is less than 10, so we write 7. Then 7 plus 9. 7 plus 9 is 16. 16 is greater than 10, so we do 16 divided by 10. That's 1 remainder 6. So we write 6 and carry the 1. So 1 plus 1 will give us 2, and that is our final answer. So for question 2, we have 111 base 2 plus 11.101 base 2. So this will give us 111 plus 11.101. For aesthetics, we can just add 3 zeros here. It doesn't change the question. So 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 is less than 2, so we write it as 1. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 is less than 2, we write it as 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 is less than 2, we write it as 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 is equal to the base, so we can't write it. So what do? We do 2, that is 1 plus 1, this 2, divided by the base 2, and we have 1 remainder 0, so we write the remainder 0, and we carry the 1 to the next. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 will give us 3. 3 is greater than the remainder, so we do 3 divided by 2, and we have 1 remainder 1. So we write this remainder 1 and carry this one to the next. So we have 1 plus 1 is 2, so we record 0 and write 1 since there is no other number there. And that's our final answer. And question 3, we have 605 base 8 plus 471 base 8. So 605 plus 471 in base 8. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 is less than the base, which is 8. We record it as 6. 0 plus 7 is 7. 7 is less than the base, we write it. So 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 is greater than the base, so we do 10 divided by the base 8. And that will give us 1 remainder 2. So we record the remainder 2. We carry the 1 over. Since there is no other number, we write it as 1. That's our final answer. For question 4, we have 324 is 6 plus 145 is 6. So this is remember to always add the addition sign. So 4 plus 5 is 9, but 9 is greater than the base, which is 6. So we do 9 divided by the base 6. That will give us 1 remainder 3. So we record this 3, carry over the 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 is greater than 6. So 7 divided by 6, 1 remainder 1. We write the remainder 1. We carry over this 1. So we have 3 plus 1, 4. 4 plus 1, 5. And that is our final answer for this question. And finally, for question 5, we have F4B 5 is 16 plus 7CB3 is 16. So F4B5 plus 7CB3 in base 16. 5 plus 3 is 8 in base 16. 8 is less than the base 16, so we write it as 8. B in base 16 is 11. So B plus B is 11 plus 11, and that's 22. 22 is greater than 16, so we say 22 divided by 16, and that will give us 1 remainder 6. So we record 6, carry the 1. So we have 4 plus 1, 5. 5 plus C That's 5 plus C is 5 plus 12. Because C in base 16 is 12. That's 17. And 17 divided by 16 will give us 1 remainder. So we write 1, we carry over this. So 7 plus 1 is 8. And 8 plus F, that's 8 plus 15. And that will give us 23. 23 is greater than 16, so we do 23 divided by 16, and that will give us 1 remainder 7. So we write 7, we carry over the 1. There's no other thing to write the 1. And this will be our final answer for this question. We move to today's topic proper, subtraction in number-based system. So let's take some examples under this. Question 1. 871 base 10 minus 235 base 10. Question 2. We have 23.4 base 10 minus 11.75 base 10. Question 3. We have 20 base 3 minus 11 base 3. Question 4. 4243 base 5 minus 1244 base 5. Question 5. We have 413 base 8 minus 251 base 8. Question 6. We have 3D2 base 16 minus 1BE base 16. Question 7. Subtract 16418 base 9 from 18630 base 9. First question says 871 base 10 minus 235 base 10. So we arrange it 871 minus 235 in base 10. So if we look at this, we have 1 minus 5. 1 is less than 5, so it's not possible to subtract 5 from 1. So what do we do? From our basic mathematics, you say borrow 1, add to it. But in the real sense, if you borrow 1, 1 plus 1 will give us 2, right? So we are not actually borrowing 1, we are borrowing 10. And that's why we say, and that is why when we say borrow 1, we say this becomes 11, right? Meanwhile, 1 plus 1 is 2 and not 11. So in the real sense, what we are borrowing is 10, the base. So we are borrowing the base 10 and adding it to the existing number here. So we borrow base 10, add it to 1, that will give us 10 plus 1, 11. So 11 minus 5 will give us 6. We are borrowing 1 from this number, but that 1 in this base is the base. So this would remain 6. So 6 minus 3 will give us 3. 8 minus 2 will give us 4 base 10. So 871 base 10 minus 235 base 10 would give us 436 base 10. So let's take the second example. 23.4 minus 11.75. So 23.4, 11.75. So we had 0 here because 0 after decimal is insignificant, but to make our solving easier, so we had this 0 here. So note that this is in base 10. So we are going to borrow 1 from 4, but when it comes to adding it here, we are actually adding the base 10 to it. So 10 plus 0 will give us 10. So 10 minus 5 will give us 5. So because we have removed 1 in terms of the base here, we are left with 3. So 3 is what is left here. So 3 minus 7 is not possible. So we borrow 1 from this 3. So but in the real sense, we are borrowing the value of the base, which is 10. So 10 plus 3 will give us 13. And then 13 minus 7 will give us 6. point. So what we have left here is 2 because we have borrowed 1. So 2 minus 1 will give us 1, and 2 minus 1 will give us 1. So 23.4 minus 11.75 base 10 will give us 11.65 base 10. For question 3, we have 20 base 3 minus 11 base 3. So 20 minus 11 base 3. So like I explained earlier, this is 0 minus 1, which is impossible. So what do? We borrow 1 from this to bring it here. But what we are actually borrowing when we bring it is the base 3. So what we borrow is 3. So 3 minus 1. So 3 plus 0 will give us 3, and then 3 minus 1 will give us 2. So we have 1 left here because we have taken 1 in terms of the base to this side. So 1 minus 1 will give us 0, base 3. So 20 base 3 minus 11 base 3 will give us 2 base 3. Question 4, we have 4, 2, 4, 3 is 5 minus 1, 2, 4, 4 base 5. So here 3 minus 4 is not possible because 3 is less than 4. So what do? We borrow 1 from here, we borrow 1 from here, bring that one here, but the one we're actually bringing is in terms of the base. So this is actually 5. So 5 plus 3 will give us 8. 8 minus 4 would give us 4 base 5. So this we are left with 3 here. So 3 minus 4 is not possible. So we borrow 1 from here and bring it here. So the one we are bringing is in terms of the base, which is 5 in this case. So 5 plus 3, now that's 8. So 8 minus 4 will also give us 4 as well. So we have left here 1. 1 minus 2 is impossible. So we come here and borrow 1 in terms of the base, which is 5. So 5 plus 1 is 6. And 6 minus 2, 6 minus 2 will give us 4. Finally, we have 3 left here. So 3 minus 1 is what? Is 2. 4, 2, 4, 3 base 5 minus 1, 2, 4, 4 base 5 will give us 2, 4, 4, 4 base 5. And that is our final answer. Question 5. 413 base 8 minus 215 base 8. So 3 minus 5 is impossible. So what do? We borrow 1 here. We borrow 1. But this one is not 1. It's actually 8 because we are working in base 8. So 8 plus 3 will give us 11. 11 minus 5 will give us 6. So we have 6 is 8 here. So this remains 0. So 0 minus 1 is impossible. So what do? We borrow 1 from here. This remains 3. The one that we borrow to this place is actually the base we are working with. In this case, base 8. So 8 plus 0 will still give us 8. So 8 minus 1 would give us 7. And finally, we have 3 left here. So 3 minus 2 will give us 1. So 413 base 8 minus 215 base 8 will give us 176 base 8. We have 3D2 base 16 minus 1BE base 16. So 2 minus E is 14 in base 16. So 2 minus 14 is not possible, right? So what do? We borrow 1 from this D. But note that D in base 16 is what? 13. And B in base 16 is 11. 2 minus E, which is 2 minus 14, is not possible. So we come to this D. D is 13. So we borrow 1 to this place. The one we are borrowing is what? The base, 16. So 16 plus 2 will give us 18. Then 18 minus E, which is 14. 18 minus 14 will now give us 4 in base 16. 4 in base 16. And remember, this D is actually 13. D is 13. But we have borrowed 1 from it. So we are left with 12, which is C. So this becomes C, or 12. So 12 minus B. C minus B. C is 12. So 12 minus 11 will give us what? 1. And then 3 minus 1 will give us 2. So 3D2 base 16 minus 1BE base 16 will actually give us 214 base 16. And to the final question, we are asked to subtract this from this. So this is the higher number, so we write that first. 18630 is 9 minus 16418 is 9. So 0 minus 8 is impossible. So what do? We borrow 1 from this 3, add it to the 0, but in essence what we are adding is the base we are working with, 9. So 9 plus 0 is 9. Then 9 minus 8 is 1. So we are left with 2 here. 2 minus 1 will give us 2. 6 minus 4 will give us 2. 8 minus 6 will give us 2 as well. And 1 minus 1 will be 0. So 18630 is 9 minus 16418 is 9 will give us 2221 is 9. Take home questions for this lesson. Question 1. 15.8 is 10 minus 7.68 is 10. Question 2. 1101 is 2 minus 1011 is 2. Question 3. 1322 is 8 minus 675 is 8. B47 is 16 minus 6CA is 16. And remember, if you didn't understand it the first time, watch it again. That is the MathSense way. See you in the next video.